Hi guys, my name is Charles Muchiri. I'm an immersive production specialist at BlackRhinoVR, an XR agency based in Nairobi, Kenya. Today we are going to talk about immersive audio and the power it has to enhance our VR experiences. Let's go! What is immersive audio? 360 videos are one of my favorite realities on the extended reality spectrum. Just like any other video production, sound is one of the most important things in film. As immersive as 360 videos can be, we can actually make experiences better by using proper surround sound fit for VR. This sound is called spatial audio or ambisonic audio. Unlike other multi-channel surround formats, its transmission channels do not carry speaker signals. Instead, they contain a speaker-independent representation of a sound field called a B format, which is then decoded to the listener's headphones. By enveloping the viewer with binaurally rendered sounds that change depending on the head movements, the creative opportunities broadens when it comes to storytelling. Spatial audio is a full sphere surround format, and in addition to the horizontal plane, it covers sound sources above and below the listener. Now, let's assume you are preparing production for your project and you don't know what are the appropriate equipment to use. To capture ambisonic sound, you will need a special microphone that captures surround sound. But first, let's talk about the A format and B format when it comes to spatial audio. A format and B format are two analog audio standards that are part of the ambisonic workflow. A format is the raw recording of the 4 individual cardioid capsules in the ambisonic microphone. Since each microphone has different capsules at slightly different distance, the A format is somewhat specific to the microphone model. B format is a standardized format derived from A format. The first channel carries the amplitude information of the signal, while the other channels determine the directional through phase relationship between each other. Once you get your sound into B format, you can use a variety of ambisonic tools to mix and alter it later. To put simply, A format is audio that is recorded by an ambisonic microphone. This format as is cannot reproduce sound in all directions. Before you are able to play back your recorded ambisonic audio, you must first convert it to B format. Production. On set, placing the microphone in the scene can be a hassle in many cases. Mostly, if you can't place the recorder on or near the camera, here are a few places you can have your microphone. 3D print a custom mic holder to place the microphone on top of the camera. Place a mini tripod near the camera. This works for setups with external microphone and recorders. Lastly, rigging the microphone on the tripod. There is no right way to do this. The best way is just to find what works for you on set and ensure that the microphone and the camera are in almost the same position and height. Tips on set. Here are mandatory things to do on set for each scene before you press record. First, always check your settings. Ensure the proper format is put in, as some recorders reset their settings once turned off. I learned this the hard way. Second, ensure the battery levels are full. Nobody wants the equipment dying on them on set. Third, always call your shots and slate it afterwards, either by a slate or by clapping. Lastly, when using multiple recorders for sound, always double check if all recorders are recording. Now you are done with production and you have all your audio and footage dumped and ready to start working on them. Specialization of the audio is usually the last part in the VR production pipeline. This means you will have done all the stitching of the footage and there is picture lock on the edit and all audio is synchronized. Keep in mind that on the production, you can use sound from lapel and non-ambisonic recorders, and in post, you can specialize them later. Once all is done, we jump into post-production for the audio by loading all the audio tracks from the editing software into the DAW. What is a DAW? A DAW is a digital audio workstation. A digital audio workstation is an electronic device or application software used for recording, editing, and producing audio files. Some commonly used DAWs for specializing for VR projects are Reaper and Pro Tools. We are going to use Reaper in our session as it is the commonly used software and most available as compared to the rest. Let's go. So this is Reaper. This is what we usually use to specialize. For me, in my production pipeline, I tend to use Reaper because it is easily accessible. Click on the effects button and it pops up, and as you can see, you have the control, the converter, the loudness, the specializer, and the stereo loudness. Those are the Facebook 360 plugins that we usually use in Reaper to do our specialization of the audio. The FP360 control plugin must be put on an aux channel that receives audio from all the other specialized channels in your project. So all audio processing such as mastering, compression, and equalization of the audio must be applied to the signal before it reaches this plugin. This plugin gives you more control on all the tracks that you will have in your project. The converter plugin functions as a useful utility for covering ambisonic audio to other formats. It also has the ability to rotate the sound field for occasions where a special mix or a sub-mix needs to rotate to follow what is happening in a scene. So for this converter, you have the power to convert your ambisonic tracks to other formats, and you can actually rotate the sound field in a particular direction depending on where action is happening in your scene. So this is one of the most important plugins. The FP360 Specializer plugin replaces the conventional DAW panel that comes with Audio Workstation software. It gives you full 3D positioning, distance attenuation, and room modeling parameters. By this I mean like softwares like Reaper usually come with their own panel, but it's not 3D. So the Specializer actually gives you the freedom to pan around and move around the sound in your scene. It must be the last plugin inserted on the audio channel. All audio processing such as compression and equalization must happen before it. All channels with a Specializer plugin must be routed to an aux channel which has the FP360 control plugin. All channels with a Specializer plugin must be routed to an aux channel which has the FP360 plugin. Remember we said the FP360 control must be put on an aux channel that receives audio from all the other specialized channels on your project. The Facebook 360 encoder converts the mix from your DAW into a variety of formats that can be uploaded to popular 360 video platforms such as Facebook, YouTube, Vimeo, or even deployed with a VR app. Once you're done with your mix and you have exported it from your project, so the idea is you'll take your mix and load it on the encoder, which you will select depending on whatever platform you want to export your video to. You will select if it's YouTube, Facebook, or even if you want to upload it to a headset, you will select the appropriate format and drag in and drop your exported 16 channel or whatever channel audio mix onto the DAW, and let's say you have like headlocked mix or something like a voiceover or a music which is supposed to be at the center to where the listener is. You can also put that on the encoder, and then once you're done, you click on the encode button and it injects its metadata onto the clips, combining the visuals with your high-res video to have a specialized video output that you can use on headsets or other video platforms that you wanted to export your final export from. I hope by now you have a better understanding of immersive audio and the power it has on our VR experiences. Thank you so much for watching this video. Feel free to reach out. My name is Charles Muchiri. Peace.